Ada.
Alright, I'm ready when you guys are. Looking at this picture, just of a young, normal-looking guy, you might be wondering why I picked him for my speech. Well, I'll tell you why. Zach is a shining example of how people can succeed in life, even when facing a debilitating disease like cystic fibrosis. You might also be thinking, why is this important to me? Well, because you might have a friend or loved one with cystic fibrosis. And even if you don't, it's important to understand other people's trials and tribulations. Today I will inform you of three main aspects of Zach's life, beginning with who he is as a person, what exactly is this disease he lives with, and lastly, what obstacles does the disease present him and how he deals with them. Let me first turn your attention to what defines Zach as a person. Who exactly is Zachary Knowles? Well, I'll tell you. Zach is an inspirational person who possesses a variety of great characteristics and values. Just to name a few, he's an NSU alumni with a bachelor's in business. He's a sales manager at Cricket. He's a 5-year veteran of the Tulsa Run, and an extraordinary friend. A loving husband, and the list goes on. Far too many qualities to list on just 2 note cards, as you can see. On top of all these great qualities, Zach lives life to the fullest while battling cystic fibrosis every day. Although he looks like a young and healthy male on the outside, this illustration from the Health Library by Dr. Michael Sexton shows what the inside of his lungs look like. Now that you know a little more about the kind of person Zach is, let's focus our attention on learning about the disease. Many of you might be wondering what exactly is cystic fibrosis. Cystic fibrosis is a very complex disease, but in simplest terms, it's when mucus builds up and prevents the lungs and pancreas from performing properly like ours do. According to the article found in Pediatric Clinical Sessions by Dr. Dana Hardin, cystic fibrosis-related diabetes and poor growth and weight gain are fairly common in people afflicted by the disease. The same article also states that proteins, carbohydrates, and fats are not metabolized properly by people with the disease. As you can tell just from learning a little bit about the disease, it causes severe problems in life and in everyday health. What obstacles does Zach have to face, and how does he overcome them? According to Frederick Berg, an article found in Manuscripta, a journal for manuscript research, most people have a life expectancy of 30 to 40 years old. Zach is currently 28, so you guys do the math. Zach also has to live his day-to-day life knowing that at the current moment there's no cure for his life-shortening disease. Despite all these adversities, somehow, some way, he still lives his life to the fullest, makes the most of every second he has on this earth. With all this being said, let me help put things into perspective for you. This is all evidence to the fact that Zach really is a shining example of how people can succeed in life, even when facing a terminal disease like cystic fibrosis. Today we all got a very small taste of Zach's life, beginning with who he is as a person, what exactly is this disease he lives with, and lastly, what obstacles does the disease present him and how he deals with it every day. And the reason that in this picture he looks like a normal guy is because despite his disease, he overcomes adversity every day and lives life as we all do. Loving, learning, laughing, having fun, and pursuing the path to happiness and success. That's it.
Great job! Now you have to see if it recorded.
Hopefully it was 4 minutes. Yeah, it said it was sweet. Cool.
How many minutes?
It said 5.5.
There you go, man.
It took a
Did
minute.
it record?
Yeah, I took a minute doing the. I'll double check to make sure it did.
And the
but I think
following camera.
Yeah, and the falling camera. That's true.